Hi, my name is Adam Shedd. I am the owner of Sustainable Ag Solutions, an agricultural consulting company that I started in 2015 after working for NRCS for 7 years. And today I'm going to be talking about prescribed grazing plans. There are many benefits to having a prescribed grazing plan developed. These include increasing the length of the grazing season, which can help lower feed costs. A lot of times the farms can go from grazing 4 to 5 months a year to 6+ months a year, starting in April and going well through December. This helps to increase the human efficiency on the farms by allowing the livestock to feed themselves versus having to feed them through the winter or dry periods. This can be accomplished a lot of times by grazing cover crops or stockpiling forages, as well as planting and grazing annual forage crops and even crop fodder. This in turn helps to increase profitability, also improves soil and water health on the farm by increasing the diversity of forages on the farm as well as yield. And the plan can also be used as a stepping stone planning document as the farm grows and moves into the future.
What all is included in the plan? Well, there's a beginning section that's includes the introduction with operations goals, and future plans, and what we're trying to accomplish with the grazing plan. Next is a livestock and forage inventory balance, where we record the number of animals and the number of acres needed, along with yields, to balance the number of livestock against the available forage. It also includes a manure and nutrient management section, where soil tests are taken into account, as well as the amount of nutrients available from the manure or any additional commercial fertilizer needed to balance the system. There's a section on watering systems where we design and lay out wells, pipelines, watering facilities, whatever's required for the plan. A fencing section discusses the types of fencing, perimeter fencing, paddock fencing, a design layout of that, feet required. It goes into detail on what's needed for the fencing. A prescribed grazing schedule that talks about average rotation periods, lengths, and how that changes throughout the year. A monitoring plan where the forages are monitored for improvement or any kind of problems, and how to go about correcting those. A winter management talks about the feeding through the winter, whether that's grazing on cover crops or crop fodder or feeding bales, whatever case may be there. What needs to be done during drought or excess water times, flooding, that type of thing, whether that's speeding up the rotation if foragers are getting short, or slowing them down, or even putting them in a sacrifice paddock to feed the animals until the forage conditions improve. A lot of times we'll include a wildlife section. Producers are a lot of times hunters or like to see the wildlife out there, so we take that into account with the improved forages and rest periods that also benefit different types of wildlife. And then at the end, there is a practice implementation schedule. That has the different practices like the fence and pipeline, watering systems, that type of stuff, implementation dates, as well as amounts. In the plan too is the grazing plan layout maps. It has a overview of how things are going to get laid out, where everything's going, and then implementation job sheets, including fence designs and those types of things, and then record keeping forms at the end.
The steps of developing a prescribed grazing plan include a phone consultation to start, where we collect any kind of preliminary information as well as create a to-do list for the producer. A lot of times this can include updating soil tests or jotting down information of how they want things laid out and the direction that they want the farm to go into the future. The next step is a farm visit, where I will come out and meet with the farmer. We'll discuss the current status, take an inventory of what they have there, forages, yields, livestock inventory, and then look around to see what kind of resources they have and any potential problems that we need to fix out there, and then create some preliminary layouts. This is followed up by going back to the office, running numbers on stocking densities, creating paddock sizing, forage mix designs, watering systems, fence layouts, and then putting this all together into the final plan, where we'll go back out for the final farm visit and go through the plan. Final farm visit a lot of times will also include NRCS and a meat technician if they're looking for cost share or looking to get the farm meat verified.
Once we have developed a plan that is going to work for the producer, the next phase is implementation. Most of the time this will include seeking financial help. A completed prescribed grazing plan provides a turnkey blueprint for putting into an EQIP application. We help the producer through the application process as well as contract implementation if funded, and also make any necessary revisions and changes with future changes in the farming operation itself. I would like to thank everybody for listening today and have included my contact information and a link to the website in case anybody has any further questions.